At some point, Canelo Alvarez has to fight David Benavidez. He has to man up and fight him because he's been called out for years and he's been ducking him for years. How many more contenders does David Benavidez have to go through in order to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez? I mean, he came off the win of Caleb Plant. Canelo still acted like he didn't exist. Now he just came off a dominant performance over Demetrius Andrade, still acting like he doesn't exist. What does he need to do to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez? And that's the important question that I want to hear a media member ask Canelo Alvarez the next time they're face-to-face with him. What does he need to do to get in the ring with you? That's the question, because in the past, he's explained his reasons for ducking Benavidez by saying two things. One, oh, I don't want to fight Mexican fighters. Peace and love to all of Mexico. I want Mexico to flourish, all Mexican fighters to flourish, but I don't want to fight them. I don't want to cause that tension, blah, blah, blah. That sounds good if you weren't coming off of a fight where you beat the legend's son, Chavez Jr. You get what I'm saying? How come that was okay? It was okay because it was beneficial to you. It was okay because Chavez Jr. really posed no threat. He's in and out of boxing with the substance abuse, drugs, alcohol, failed drug tests, all these things. He's clearly not focused on boxing, so you choose him because he's an easy target, and he's the son of a legend who you would like to surpass one day, which, by the way, guys, for those watching, he's nowhere near close to passing Julio Cesar Chavez in terms of legendary status and of boxing for Mexico. You're crazy if you think otherwise. Just to continue on, he'd rather fight that in and out of the ring, not focused on boxing Chavez Jr., as opposed to this monster right here in David Benavidez, who is focused on boxing and is determined to win these titles right here. So moving on to the second reason Canelo gave for ducking Benavidez is that he hasn't fought anybody. Well, that was before Benavidez went out there and fought Caleb Plant, who, had a good fight with Canelo as well. Went out there, beat Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's a very legit guy. He beat him, goes out there, beats Demetrius Andrade, beat him, smokes him, really. What else does he have to do? Does he have to fight a Charlo brother? What does he have to do? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. I guess it does make sense to me, right? I mean, why fight harder competition? Of course it makes sense. Duh. It makes sense. But with that said, at some point you have to do it, because those watching, like myself, people watching this video, those watching are going to start to come to the conclusion of, wow, maybe it is true. Maybe he really doesn't want to fight this guy. Maybe he knows that he's 33 years old and his last few performances haven't really been up to par with what we're used to in the prime Canelo years. And I would say prime Canelo is everything leading up to the Kovalev fight. I give him credit for all things like that, blah, blah, blah. But after, we've seen a few performances where he kind of looked a bit lackluster. I think the Bivol fight was very sobering. I think the Bivol fight took everyone's mind off the idea that he was this Superman figure that can just go up infinite weight classes and he's the greatest pound for pound of all time, because that's the way the media and his fans were trying to present him, and I've always been against that. I don't think Canelo Alvarez is pound for pound all time, and I don't think that Canelo Alvarez is, even the best Mexican fighter of all time. And yeah, I didn't think he would beat Bivol. He decided to leave Bivol alone, but now you got a guy who's, in the weight you're in now, and you're still refusing to fight him. There has to be something to that. So just to cap off this video, I want to know, what does David Benavidez have to do to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez? He's 33. He's 26. I say Benavidez wins if he ever does get that opportunity. I think he's hungry. He's been dying for it. He's been looking at Canelo all this time. I'm sure he's worked on things that'll counter some of Canelo's style, whereas Canelo, his mind is on so many other different contenders. That's my take, man. I got David Benavidez if the fight ever happens, and I wonder why the fight's not happening. So let me know in the comment section below if you agree, disagree. It does not matter. Just join the discussion, and please follow for more. Thank you. You are appreciated.